Hello and welcome to the Luxury People podcast presented by the World Luxury Chamber of Commerce. My name is António Paraíso, your host, and today joining me is Malek Semar, founder of No Water, No Us, and Honorary WLCC Board Member. Together, we will explore why water is becoming one of luxury's greatest strategic challenges and how responsible water stewardship is shaping the future of brands, hospitality, and sustainable business. Malek, welcome. It's wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you, Antonio, for having me today. It's always a pleasure to talk about water.
Our pleasure. Yes,
Thanks.
yes, please.
No, it's okay.
Malek, why do you believe water and not carbon is becoming luxury's biggest sustainability challenge?
Maybe before to answer to your question, I
Yes.
want to come back to your last word. You said water stewardship.
Yes.
So, water stewardship is the way we are using water. And we need to use it socially fair, economically beneficial because we need money, and
Yes.
environmentally sustainable. So, but before to talk social, ecology, and economy, I think that we do not know the water itself. For example, there's only one water. Each drop of water is 4.5 billion years old. So it means that the quantity is the same from the origin till now.
Wow.
There's only one water. It is everywhere, knows everything. So it means that each drop has crossed every ocean several times. It watered every mountain, every forest several times. And the water, the drop of water you drink 5 minutes ago, was already drunk by another human being, another animal, another vegetal, and several times. So this drop will make a lot of controversy today, went across the planet several times, and it has seen all the birth of all the civilization. So this is water. And as I said, this drop of water doesn't care about your religion, the color of your skin, the color of your eyes. This water doesn't care if you're a child, a woman, a man. So with no any comparison, it made this job of giving life for all of us. And we are all made with the same water, and 70%.
And water is life.
Exactly. And water is life is not just a quote. So I think it's important to say that before maybe to answer to your question, because time is flying. But just tell you that.
I guess you just answered, but still, please, why water and not carbon is the most important challenge at the moment?
Yeah. So to come back to your comparison between water and carbon, ocean is the biggest carbon sink of the world. So this is the biggest positive impact even for climate change. The communication is important because people think that we are breathing due to Amazonia. No, the lung of the planet is ocean. So if you can breathe, it's indeed because of the ocean. So even if you want to talk about carbon, water is the most important. So water is the biggest sustainability challenge for everyone, and luxury is not an exception.
Very interesting. Very honestly, I didn't know about all this you've just shared. Thank you so much. Now, could you please share a real example of a luxury brand or maybe a hotel that has transformed business through water management or through better water management?
In the collective mind, there's a dichotomy between sustainability and luxury. But for water, it's not the same, because water in luxury are linked. It's not just a fashion to be water responsible. I'll give you some example. LVMH said
Yes.
that the new luxury will come through water. They say that. Hennessy and Loro Piana between 2019 and 2022 reduced their water consumption by 25% in all
Wow.
factories. There's many other examples. Louis Vuitton in 2018 established a sustainable department. And I think that the pioneer is Guerlain. And since 2017, they had this eco-responsible conception in all their production. But it's not enough, to be honest. Things have changed. And now being sustainable is not enough. We need to be regenerative. So committed to sustainability is becoming outdated expectation from luxury customer. So luxury, especially hospitality, need to go further and to be not just sustainable, but regenerative for humans and for nature. So for humans, it's easy to understand. We know that the customer want to be in better health physically and mentally after luxury experience. Nature, I need to take an example. Let's talk about golf.
Yes.
Good example. This is a sport with 1 million players over the world. The turnover in 2026 in golf tourism is something like $30 billion. So we need golf. For 18 hole, we need something like 50,000 cubic meter of water.
Yes,
So
it's a
we know
lot.
that, yeah, it's huge, but you couldn't say to maybe 200,000 people that stop no more golf. So we need to find a solution. There's a lot of solution for sustainability. There's several solutions to decrease your water consumption, but it's not enough. No, the technology can tell you where to put water, in which place I need more water. Just I need to know the humidity of each area, but it's not still not enough. As I said, we need a regenerative model. For example, some golf courses oxygenate their water basin, so you can improve the quality of the water and regenerate the biodiversity also. And if you improve the quality of your water, you improve the quality of your field, so the grass where you play. This is, for human, it's easy to understand because we are talking about longevity. But in fact, this is the same for nature. So I think this golf example is a good example to say that for luxury, too much is never enough.
Yes, this is interesting, but what if managers need to measure that? So let's talk about metrics. What practical metrics or tools are there for leaders to measure their water responsibility?
Yeah.
So how can I measure whether I'm doing well or not?
So, just luxury is not more water. Luxury, more water quality. So the first thing to measure is the quality, not the quantity.
Not the
So
quantity.
it's easy to understand that water is important for life and to drink it. But we know that the quality of the tomato depends on the water quality used initially. This is the same for an experience. This is the same for a project. So the practical tool I recommend is just the common sense. Just follow the path of a drop of water inside each process of your project and your services. All the answers are in the water. And for this, you have 4 steps to respect. First one, the origin, where the water is coming from. If you couldn't measure, you couldn't manage. So we are talking about the cost, the quantity, the sources of water. This is the origin. Second one is the use. How many liters I need for each project or for each process? We are talking about water efficiency. So origin, the use. Third one is the reuse. Because you need to recycle a part of this water, it will be less expensive for you, but also less expensive for the nature. And the last one, I think the most important one, is the destination, because you need to give back a part of this water to the water cycle. Of course, you need to clean it first. Why? Because nature will give it back to you in one form or another, for drinking or just maybe for human activities.
Yes.
I think that this last step is our commitment for humanity and to the planet. We are not alone, even if the world we are living on makes us selfish.
Definitely. And in your organization, No Water, No Us, what have you learned that most luxury brands do not know about water?
In luxury, I think the desire is often coming from the rare, the invisible, and the secret. So it means that the water is the new quiet luxury. Why? Because water quality is becoming rare. Water is invisible because all of us are taking it for granted.
For granted, yes.
So it's crazy because water is the material we do not show, even if we need it to exist. And I think that water is invisible because we don't know so much about it. So that's why I said that water is the new luxury. So maybe the lesson is everyone take water as granted. And luxury is not an exception. And luxury must be sustainable or will not be longer. I think that luxury have a responsibility because I love luxury. You love luxury. Everyone loves luxury. But when everyone looks at you, you have a responsibility. So you need to make it well, to make it beautiful, and not to make it sustainable. And this is the responsibility of luxury. So maybe the lesson is luxury don't understand that no water, no us. So no good water, no luxury.
No good luxury and no us. In your organization, what kind of work do you do? So how do you help companies turn water responsibility into positive impact?
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, of course. So just No Water, No Us is an NGO, not a company. So we are not selling project or services.
So it's an organization.
It's an organization, but we know the technical part. So we can highlight the best practices and sustainable solutions. What we are doing, in fact, is federating people and organizations around water and acting to give water access to people. To give you some example, to raise awareness, we are organizing annual summit. The last one took place at La Réserve Hotel in Geneva, our partner. The topic was the sustainable city of tomorrow. Our speakers were the mayor of West Palm Beach from the USA for institutional part, the scientific director of Palace Merano from Italy for the scientific part, and an international football player for the communication part, because we need also this visibility. We mobilize private and public sectors, companies, NGOs, athletes, artists, media, just to have this dialogue to talk about water.
Very comprehensive.
Yes, this is for the raising awareness part, but we are also acting on the ground. We launched this initiative, Children for Water, to equip 10,000 schools all over the world. We already made schools in Asia, in South America. The next school will be this summer in Senegal, in Africa. In 2023, four students went across 20 countries by bike just to understand the link between native people and water. And of course, we made many installations for schools in Cambodia, Indonesia, and so on. So raising awareness and acting for water. So not to come back to the partner, we are working with them. We met them. We are sitting with them. We are talking about water.
Yes.
And we always try to find a common way to impact. To give you a concrete example, the last partner of the NGO is an English learning school. So Hélène Doron English, the name of the company, each year they offer a tote bag for each student. The price is €1 per bag. To produce 1 kilo of cotton, we need 5,200 liters of water. One bag is between 100 grams to 500 grams. Means that we need 2,600 liters of water per bag. So imagine 5,000 students, so 5,000 bags, so 13 million liters of water used. So we spent time with this company, and at the end they say, okay, between wasting 13 million liters of water or just offering a few water for people we need, I prefer to give you this amount to the NGO to act through Children for Water. And with this kind of way of impacting, all the students are acting, or the families of each student are acting. And of course, the overflow is important because with this kind of action, they know more about water. So this is the way we are working for each partner. It's different way. In fact, it depends on the way you are working. First, we need to analyze as the water, as I said before, origin, use, reuse, and destination. So this is the same thing.
Very interesting. So basically, mainly you're raising awareness, and by raising awareness, you make people understand that they should make new choices.
Yes.
Because to reduce impact.
Exactly.
Very interesting. We're talking about luxury here, since this is the Luxury Chamber of Commerce. And luxury has long been associated with abundance. So how should luxury brands redefine exclusivity in a world which is facing water scarcity?
I think that luxury must reinvent its vocabulary, not fundamentally changing it, because for the richest, the abundance will still here and will always be there, for sure.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the gap between the majority is growing, and this majority faces the scarcity. That's why the communication must be adapted, and maybe with less provocation.
Yes.
But to be honest, abundance is relative to everyone. For example, some luxuries are priceless. So it depends. But for sure, luxury must be more accurate in its communication. Back to water. It's easy to understand. All the people, maybe 90% of the population worldwide, think that we have less and less water. It's false. The quantity is the same since the origin, as they said. The issue is the quality. So in fact, we miss clean water, not just water. So this is the same for luxury. We miss sustainability luxury, luxury, and not just luxury. I'm sure that the future of luxury will be defined by its relationship to sustainability rather than abundance or scarcity. So the more the quality is, the best the experience will be. So to be honest, if you want to talk about abundance, I don't care. We are just waiting for luxury to be sustainable in this abundance, I think.
So let's get down to practical advice. Let's imagine if you were advising a CEO of a luxury brand tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are the 3 actions you would recommend for this CEO, for this leader, and the business to be more water responsible? 3 actions.
Yeah, I understand. I will answer with 3 words. I think it's better than 3 actions, but it will be the same. So first, if a CEO needs any advice, I could be a sparring partner, because sustainability is like a boxing match. Imagine you're on the ropes. You receive hits from every direction. And under this pressure, you need to calm down and to think about your next move. This is sustainability right now. So time is changing as well as mentalities. A study from Boston Consulting Group said that 64% of the new consumer want committed companies from Z generation. So the first word is information.
Information.
You need to learn more about sustainability, about water issue and water itself. This is information. If you don't have information, you couldn't act. Second word is hypocrisy. Why? Because Orson Welles said that hypocrisy consists in looking the world as it is instead as the world as it should be. This is the solution, to be a pioneer and not a follower. I think that luxury should think about a better world and invent and innovate solution to this new world, and not just making project and solution to escape our existing world. So no more hypocrisy for the second action. And the last one is no water, no us. Commit with no water, no us to raise awareness and to act to this world as it should be.
Very interesting. Last but not the least, dear Malek, you are a WLCC Honorary Board Member. What does this mean to you? I would say both personally and in terms of your job.
So first of all, I want to thank the WLCC team because the first time I met them, we were talking about the link between sustainability and luxury. And after a few minutes, they say, yes, and go. Let's do it. So thanks for this. I'm very proud to be a board member of the World Luxury Chamber of Commerce. So to answer on a personal view, it's, to be honest, being a board member at WLCC is like a link with myself. I will explain. I was born in a small village without water access and without electricity before I moved to France at 9. I used to walk miles every day to collect water, sometimes alone in the forest. I was 4, 5, 6. This is my link to water. I slept in the same room than animals because during the winter, this is the only source of heat. But as a children, I think your best luxury is the freedom. So even if this life was simple, for me it was wonderful. I was living with nature, with animals, everything was okay. No water, no electricity, no heat device. But it was in October 2025, I was for a workshop at Buckingham Palace, invited by His Majesty the King Charles III and his initiative Circular Bioeconomy Alliance to accelerate nature first economy. I was alongside scientists, NGOs, investors, and so on. Bravo. When I was talking to the king about nature, I felt also at my place. So this is why I'm telling that, in fact, I feel comfortable in both worlds. And I love to say that I'm talking to the powerful people about water and acting to the people who need by providing water to children. This is for the personal view. It's like connecting me with myself. And on the professional view, of course, WLCC is the ideal platform. In fact, for dialogue, I'm very proud and happy to think about the future where luxury means sustainability and positive impact.
Very interesting. Malek Semar, I have read somewhere recently that you are known as the voice of water.
Yes.
And I could confirm in this conversation today that you really are the voice of water. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your insights. It's been a pleasure discussing with you these ideas, and you've given us a very fresh perspective on why water is becoming one of the most important conversations in the future of luxury. Thank you for also for the impactful work you do at No Water, No Us, and for the contribution as a board member of this Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to our audience, thank you for joining us on the Luxury People podcast by WLCC. We look forward to welcoming you to our next conversation. Stay tuned. Bye-bye for now.